Hello friends, today I have the pleasure to introduce you to a legend of mathematics as well as teaching. He is not only an ideal for students but also for the teaching fraternity, especially the ones who are teaching mathematics. And even I had the pleasure to work with him way back in 90s and 2000s, those years. Professor Kalra. One more Kalra, sir.
Thank you, Rafiq. Thank you.
Sir, I want to tell our friends who are watching this video your journey, how it all started, like, how you came to Bombay, when you came to Bombay, a little bit if you can just give us, so we'll get some inspiration from there.
So my journey has been a very long journey and also traumatic to some extent.
Oh,
I am from Lahore. I was born in Lahore in 1939
okay.
and my initial education was in Lahore. I learned my Urdu in Lahore. I learned Urdu in Lahore because I was in a school, a British school, but I had opted Urdu as my language. And I was 8 years old when the partition of the country took place.
Okay.
In 1947, August, my father went to Karachi to play a hockey match. He was a hockey player. And he did not believe in this partition business. He said, even if there is a partition, we are still going to stay in Lahore. We had a very nice community, all Hindus, Muslims, everybody was staying together.
Correct.
We used to celebrate Eid, we used to celebrate Diwali, and we never felt that somebody is a Hindu and somebody is a Muslim. It's a very nice family that we had. But unfortunately, in August 1947, my house was put on fire on all sides.
Oh my God.
Yes, and my father was away, myself and my mother and my sister. We were just going to have lunch and we found that there is flame all around. The houses were very close to each other, so we went to the terrace and we had put planks, connecting one house to the other house because we were anticipating that this problem can happen.
Correct.
And then using those planks, we went from one building to the second to third and so on. And finally we reached the railway station. And we wanted to take up a train to come back to go to the other side of the country, like India,
Okay.
as they call it. And we were about to catch a train. My mother and my sister, they caught the train. I was left on the platform. The train started moving. I could not board the train. My mother and my sister, they jumped out of the train and we were together, all three of us. And see the providence, the whole train was slaughtered before it went on the Indian side.
Oh my God.
I think it was somewhere Atari or something like that,
Okay.
The whole train was slaughtered. Young people, old people, pregnant women, children, everybody was killed. We joined a group of people, some about 200-300 people, and we started walking towards India. It was all jungle, there were no good roads and all that. We crossed. And when we reached this place where the train was slaughtered, it was a very gory scene. People were lying in blood. People were half dead, some people were completely dead. And it was a very bad scene. We had to climb the dead bodies, we had to trample the dead bodies and go on the other side. And we reached the other side. We were about 200-300 people, but by the time we crossed and went to the other side, we were about 30-40 people. The rest of the people died on the way. Either they were killed or they died out of travel because they were very senior citizens with age 80, 75 and so on. We were all loaded on a truck and taken to Delhi, and we were lodged in a refugee camp near Humayun Tomb.
Okay.
And there I stayed for a year's time, and there in that refugee camp, every day there used to be about 3 to 4 deaths due to various reasons, because there was no sanitation, no proper food, no hygiene. We lived there for a year's time. My father was in Karachi. We had no contact with him. He had no contact with us.
Okay.
There were no mobile phones in those days. And after a year's time, my father was in Karachi, so he lived with a Muslim family, and they took care of him. And he was very tall. He used to dress up like a Muslim. He learned how to read namaz.
Oh.
Yes, and then on 1948 July, he was put on the ship by his friends,
Okay.
and they protected him. They put him on the ship, and he reached Mumbai.
So in all this madness also there were some pockets where there is sanity.
Yes,
And where people were in harmony and helping each other.
Exactly.
That is something commendable.
I'm grateful to that Muslim family who looked after my father, and they also gave him some money, that you may need some money on the way. And when he reached Bombay, he wouldn't find us in Bombay, so he travelled to Delhi, and then he went to the refugee camps one by one. And in one of the refugee camps, he found our names.
Oh.
My mother's name, my name, and my sister's name, and we were united. He also didn't have much money, so we were living in a one-room apartment, one room rather, not apartment, one room and one kitchen. And somehow we pulled on our life. My father was a singer. He was also a writer. He was an MA in English from DV College, Lahore. So he used to come to Bombay very often in search of, jobs and in search of his, chances in the film industry. So he used to come to Bombay very often. And then one day he said that let's shift to Bombay, and we shifted to Bombay. And there I started my education. I was a student of English High School, Dadar. Bang opposite Dadar station, Central Station, there was a school by the name English High School. So
Okay.
I joined that school. And we were staying at Versova, Seven Bungalows at that time. So I used to travel all the way from Seven Bungalows to Dadar at the age of 8, 9.
So that time I think from Versova to Andheri, that whole thing would be like marshy land almost.
It was, that road was so narrow at that
That's it,
time,
yeah.
and during high tide the water used to come on the road.
Correct.
So we used to travel all the way, and then I did my schooling there. I passed my SSC with good percentage of marks, and I joined Ruparul College,
Okay.
and I studied first year Ruparul College, but then my father could not pay the fee, so I lost my admission in Ruparul College, and then I joined Kirti College. So Kirti College I did my inter science, and I remember my days in Ruparul College. I used to play cricket, and I used to bowl for cricket team. We played many matches, intercollegiate matches, and I was in Kirti College. I did my inter science from there. But during that time, I lost my father. He met with a train accident, and the whole world collapsed in front of me, and I decided that I must do something to do for my family. So after I started doing tuitions, started teaching students in the 7th standard, 8th standard, and somehow I pulled on my life. And then I did my graduation from Kirti College. I started teaching in different colleges. I was a tutor in mathematics in Ruparul College. I was a tutor in physics in Parla College, and I was a demonstrator in physics in Kirti College. I had 3 part-time jobs, and along with that I was doing my post-graduation also, MSc lectures. So I used to leave home early morning and come late night. I had a strong desire to do something better for my family. I wanted to come up in life because we had lost everything, so I wanted to regain those things. So I started working very hard. After my post-graduation, I joined Khalsa College as a lecturer in mathematics, and then I taught there for a year's time, and then I joined Sardar Patel College of Engineering in 1962 as a lecturer in mathematics.
Okay.
And later on I became as the head of the Department of Mathematics in Ruparul. I was just assistant professor of mathematics there. Then I became head of the Department of Mathematics. And I took my voluntary retirement in the year 93. And I started Kala Shukla classes,
Okay.
93.
But sir, before that, I remember you were teaching in Agarwal classes.
Yes, I was teaching in Agarwal classes.
And I want to tell my friends something about you. Many, unfortunately, I was never his students, but many of my friends were going to Agarwal classes, and I used to hear about him from that time, And even the way he used to dress up, the way he used to talk, the Polish language which he has got, I'm sure he has inherited from his dad. Who
yes.
was So, yeah, sir, continue please.
Yeah. I taught in Agarwal classes for a long time. I was see, teaching is my passion. I used to love teaching. I taught in Agarwal classes, I taught in Senahal classes, I taught in Bhola's classes. And when I was teaching in Senahal classes, I came across Professor Shukla. And one day we decided that we should start our own classes.
Even Saroj Bhola was a student, I believe.
Saroj was my student, yes. Saroj was my student, that's right. And I asked Professor Shukla, whatever finances you have got. He said, I have got this much money. I don't want to mention how much he had. And then I had also some money. We joined together and then we went for shopping. And we bought 2 rooms in Nand Prem.
Okay.
Yes. And we, at that time, I was working in Agarwal classes. I did not give up Agarwal classes. I was working there. And in the very first year, we had 200 students. And I want to also tell you how we bought those premises. We paid an advance of about 5 lakhs.
Okay.
And then about 45 lakhs more we had to pay. And then, we arranged that fund by taking loan from various people, 25,000, 50,000, 1 lakh. And we gave interest whatever they asked. And we collected that money, paid to the builder, and we had 2 rooms. In the very first year, we had 200 students.
Wow.
And good fees was collected. We started repaying our loan also. In the very next year, then we had about 600 to 700 students. And then I think by that time we had cleared our loans.
So when Providence wants to provide something good to the, to the fraternity or to the students, somehow they get everything aligned, it gets aligned, and
Exactly.
that's how it works out.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And I'm really grateful to Agarwal classes because I learned a lot of discipline in Agarwal.
Yes, sir.
Agarwal classes, they taught us lot of discipline. I was never late for my classes. Never. I have never missed my lecture. I was never late for my classes. And this I owe to what I learned in Agarwal classes, really speaking. And the same thing, same discipline life I had put in my classes also. And
I know, sir. I have worked with him. I have worked in Kalra Shukla classes, so whatever he was talking right now, I have experienced all these things.
we never used to miss our class. Never
Yes,
we
sir.
missed our class.
And I remember you were the person, normally classes start at 7 o'clock in the morning. Yours was 6:45.
6:45 we used to reach at 6:30.
6:30, everybody would have a cup of tea and then start.
Myself
the
and
lectures.
Professor Shukla, we used to go and have tea in that Shankar Vilas. and, and we used to start our day in the morning at 6:15, 6:30 and end up at 10, 10:30 at night. So much we are dedicated to our work. We just, our prime thing is our students should be happy and they should get the best.
Correct. And especially they come from far off places, so
Yes.
their time should not go wasted.
I remember when we used to announce our admissions, we used to put in the paper and we used to put like this, now 3 days are left, now 2 days are left, now today is the you might have seen those
Yes,
ads.
yes.
And then we used to have a big queue running up to the station, to Vile Parle station.
Correct, sir.
And when parents used to come out of the station, they used to ask where is Kalra Shukla classes,
Join
and
the-
they were told join the queue.
Yes, sir.
So that was the thing, And we had a wonderful time. Myself and Professor Shukla, we worked very hard, day and night. He was a very good, teacher, very good teacher in physics.
Yes, sir.
And he's still a good teacher in physics. And we worked very hard. And we had a very good chemistry with Professor Shukla.
Main thing was that I think the bonding,
Very
the
good
trust,
bonding,
mutual trust
bonding
and respect.
chemistry. He used to
which you
trust
had.
me
Yes,
so
sir.
much, and I used to trust him so
So
much.
that's the biggest secret behind your, progress.
People said that your partnership will break, but today, till today, we are together.
Correct, sir.
So that is the beauty of the bonding that we had.
Yes, sir.
So that is how we started, and things are okay now because COVID has come and this problem is there. Online coaching, you're also doing online.
Yes, sir. I'm also taking online lectures. I remember, sir, when I was teaching in Kalra Shukla classes, that time we had gone for a trip to Vaishno Devi. And that trip is memorable. We had gone for 8 days. We went to Vaishno Devi, we went to Golden Temple, then we went to McLeodganj, the Dharamshala and all that. I mean, we still, when we talk with each other, we cherish every moment we spend, all the Antakshari and...
I have taken my staff to Singapore for a holiday.
Yes, sir.
I took my staff to Australia for a holiday. And we had a trip with you to
Yes.
Kashmir.
Somehow, when you go by train, that remains more etched in your mind because there's a different, you know.
We have taken our staff to Switzerland also.
Yes, sir. I know that. Yes, sir.
It has been a wonderful journey. I have absolutely no regrets. I have enjoyed my life thoroughly well. I have loved my students. I have loved my teachers.
I want to tell my friends who are watching this, there are some teachers whom I know personally who totally emulate his style. His copies, the way he stands, the way his posture, the way he talks, you know, he throws his voice, the way he writes on the board. He's got by the way, he's got a very good handwriting. Yes. His board work is very good. I've seen all that. And they're also equally successful, you know. His students who are teachers now in mathematics.
I must mention that Mukesh Ambani was my student
wow.
when I was teaching in Agarwal classes.
Yes, sir.
In the 70s, you know, when he was teaching at Prasad Chamber, Mukesh Ambani was our student.
मुकेश भाई समर्थता हो तो जय श्री कृष्ण तुमने.
Even Ashok Chavan was there. Ashok Chavan also was our student.
Right, sir. Sir, you would like to, because you know today there's like a rat race in everything, in jobs, in working, in the education system. You know, throat cut competition is going on, and you see all the type of things, challenges which are facing right now. Would you like to give any message to, especially to the youth of a country, and to the whole world in general?
I would like to tell my youth that be absolutely honest in your work. Be honest to your profession, be honest to your work, be sincere, be hardworking, and most important thing I want to tell my young children is respect your parents.
True.
Very, very important. People who don't respect their parents, they can never progress in life.
That's true.
If you want
Absolutely.
to progress, please respect your parents. You are a living example.
Yes, sir.
Rafiq, you have like taken care of your parents and how you have lived with them and how you have taken care of them.
God bless
so
you.
I would tell the youth, don't disrespect your parents. Respect your parents, take their blessings, and you will be successful.
Correct. And once you do that, now your life will become beautiful. Believe me.
Absolutely.
Sir, thank you very much for this wonderful time which I have got. It's a big pleasure, sir. I am very honored, sir.
Thank you. All the best to you.
Thank you, sir.
I am also proud of you, Rafiq, because you have done very well in your life.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot, sir. एक मिनट कट कर फिर से join.